Hi there, it's me again. Uploading for the third day in the row. Iconic in terms of my stats and records, and just yes, I had a pretty long day. It was a big, long day at the work for me. So I look tired, and my hair is always like that. Okay, so let's get into it. The great man, the great man, the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know. Is it coming clearly? Yes, you guys can see him. Yes, the great man scored again. Scored for the first time this season, I should say. 15 goal of the 15 club goal for him this season. And I'm a Ronaldo fan, I won't lie. I idolize him in every aspect of the game and all. And it was good for. It was pretty good to see him getting back in the score sheet again. He could have easily scored a brace, but missed a sitter. It was a sitter. The header was a sitter for him, and United are back on the winning track. They beat Brighton 2-0. It didn't really seem like a 2-0 game until the great man scored, and it was a good finish by Bruno at the end. Manchester City, they just destroyed Sporting. I shouldn't have even put a single bit of doubt about that. I shouldn't have doubted, but I doubted it eventually. But they destroyed Sporting. It was 5-0 at Lisbon. Now coming to the big match. The big match was between Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain, PSG in the Parc des Princes, and it seemed like Reims versus PSG, or like Reims versus PSG, or like any random French side versus PSG, any random French relegation fighting side versus PSG, because the stats are horrible for the game. The stats are absolutely awful from Real's part. 3 shots on goal, 3 shots in the whole match, none of them on target, 42% of possession. PSG controlled the ball, 58. It seemed more than 58 if you watch the game. And overall, just it was PSG. They shot 20 times. 9 of them were on target. They got a penalty. I'll come back to that later. Kylian Mbappe just finished Dani Carvajal. Dani Carvajal might retire. It was just a horrific showing by Carvajal, and it was a brilliant showing by Kylian Mbappe, and he just destroyed Carvajal's career for sure, I guess. It's a one goal. And the Ninja Turtle, the rumored Real loanee to PSG, scored the eventual winner. It was very iconic, to be honest. He scored the winner at the 94th minute, and PSG got a lead, and a much deserved lead from Parc des Princes, and Real were absolutely awful. Verratti run the show. Verratti just run the show. Paredes will go unnoticed, but he did a very good job. He created 2 chances. He was very dominating in the midfield. Danilo was very good in the midfield for them. They just ate Casemiro, Modric and Kroos. They looked really out of sorts up front. Out of sorts in the midfield. Up front, Benzema and Vinicius, they were just non-existent. And it was a horror showing by Real. It was just a horror showing. Coming to the great man, another great man, Leo Messi. He wasn't in the place. That wasn't the bestest of night for him. 4 shots, 5 shots actually. Two of them on target, 3 are off target, 1 penalty. He missed one. He missed that one. That was an awful penalty. Few key passes here and there, but if we compare it to his standards, that was an awful game. And he hasn't scored or assisted against Real in his last 8 matches against Real Madrid. 7 of them were Clásicos, and this one he hasn't done anything in last 8 games against Real Madrid. Last time he scored or assist against Real Madrid, it was back in 2017. The last Clásico in which Ronaldo played. So since Ronaldo left Real haven't conceded any kind of goal or assist by Leo Messi, and that is phenomenal stats. That is awful for Leo, and I don't know what will happen. My cool friend says that Bernabeu is Messi's training ground, and he will go to Bernabeu and destroy them. It's very iconic coming that from Kules right now, as Messi isn't. I shouldn't go in that venue right now, and I really don't know what will happen in the second leg. But Real needs to change a lot of things. Carlo Ancelotti has been outplayed by Mauricio Pochettino, and Ancelotti really messed up. He messed up big time. He went to park the bus. There was no reason to park the bus, to be honest. PSG defense is pretty shaky. They could have gone and attacked well and scored a goal or like that. There is no away goals obviously, but they just didn't had any kind of initiative in it. And Ancelotti, Carlo effed up. He effed up, and it will be a big task for them to come back. They're without Casemiro. For the second leg, he has a suspension. They're without Ferland Mendy, so it will be very difficult for them. Let me know what you guys are thinking about it. Tonight's matches, it's Inter versus Liverpool and Bayern versus Leipzig. I won't go into details because the video is already 7 minutes or 8 minutes long. I think Inter will pull off a surprise for a lot of people. I don't think it's a real surprise. I think Inter will pull off a good victory, and it would be a shock. It will be a shock in Austria. Salzburg will defeat Bayern. Bayern is not in a good form. I am taking a risk. I'll take a L happily, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like the video, subscribe, and comment if you have anything to ask me. Ta-da!